is in front of the crisis of the migration, of the flow of the refugees from Middle East and from other parts of the Mediterranean and of Africa, like Italy, like other countries of Europe. Because Europe is also a Greek word, Europa, so we cannot forget it. Thank you very much anyway for these speeches, and I would like now to introduce the target of our event today is to illustrate some programs of ENI CBC, but not only this. ENI CBC is on the head of a very big program, so of 95 projects, to more than 200 million of euros, but the numbers are not enough to say what is the activity of ENI. There is more and more. There is just what we call social inclusion, solidarity, networking relation between the countries of the Mediterranean. There are 13 Mediterranean and European countries involved and in this program, and from some other from the south shore of the Mediterranean. It's a big program, but it's a big program because there are big people that make every day a job, a very important job. And now we are going to introduce some of these people that are not only speech or project on the sheet or something like this. They are living and real people. And I would like to share with you their experience. So I would like to invite to the table Omri Duev, Ziad Hassan, Dimitris Kissas, and Needa Salama. If you go to the table, please, because they are the real actor of our story. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much. They are coming from some parts of the Mediterranean, they are very close neighbor, because the program, the European program, is a program of neighborhood. And all with us, we are neighbor. I am a war correspondent for 35 years. I know the problems of the Mediterranean. Just last month I was in Syria, 3 weeks ago in Mosul, in Iraq. So we know every day that we have problems here. We are turmoil, we are wars, we are migrations, we are people compelled to leave their houses. But today we have also some good news. This is a special day also for me because, you know, time to time we go to in the place we are used to describe mortal and dramatic scene of these people. But there is more. The people survive. The people survive, rebuild, and reconstruct also their country. Not only their country, their social lives. This is very important. And today we have people that are real neighbor, like Ziad that come from Jordan, Omri that come from Jerusalem, Needa that come from Ramallah, close to Ramallah. So more or less we are neighbors. And there is Dimitri, that is a Greece, and we share with Greece all the history of this Mediterranean. So I would like to start with Omri. Omri, I don't say that is a testimonial. I don't like this type of words. I would like to say that they are already friend of mine. Because we talked yesterday about their experience. And the experience of Omri, that is a researcher of the Jerusalem University of Israel, is very interesting because it's a cooperation between Jewish people, Jewish researchers, Palestinian people, in the field of biology and immunology. And I would like also that Omri now could share with us his experience. How do you begin with ENI this project? Yes, sir.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. I just want to say it's an honor to be here. Like Antonio asked, my first involvement in the Bio-Xplore project. Maybe I should give a little bit background about the Bio-Xplore. The Bio-Xplore project is a project, an international research program led by the Hadassah College in Jerusalem, by Dr. Gili Yosef and Professor Alberto Friedlander, along with partners from Greece, Spain, and a research team in Nablus, in the Palestinian Authority. We all work in strong cooperation and collaboration. I want to say, especially with the Palestinian team, we had a lot of conversation. We wrote a few grants together, and we hope soon to publish a paper together. Now, the project is its main goal is to investigate the medicinal activity, the medicinal potential of the plants around the Mediterranean. My involvement in this work started as in the bachelor degree as an undergraduate student, in which my task was to develop a test, a simple kit, to test plant extract for anti-cancer potential in those plants. We were a team, beside that task, we were a team of about 10 students. About half of them, 5 or 6 students, are Israeli Arabs from different places around Israel. And it was very, very natural for us to work together and to share ideas together, to do science together. We were a very heterogeneous group, a very diverse group. And it was very exciting to be part of that group, this diverse group, while studying the biodiversity of the region, the biodiversity of the plants around us.
Sorry, yesterday you told me that to study biodiversity of flora is like to study the biodiversity of the people, right?
Exactly, exactly.
You could explain.
And you know what, I can add that to study the medicinal activity in plants while be a diverse, human diverse group of people, is to somehow discover and investigate the medicinal activity of the people, of our partnership between us.
How changed your life and your mind this experience of cooperation between Israeli researcher and Arab-Israeli researcher from Nablus?
A lot. Let's say through the learning about the significance of medicinal plants in all different cultures, I came to realize that the land and its fruits and its products are shared to everybody and not limited to a certain region or a certain culture. Tell about the new project. Yeah. Let's say that the project, my involvement in the Bio-Xplore project, inspired me to start very soon, to start a very exciting new position in a school in Jerusalem, and in which this school, it's very unique. It's the only school in Jerusalem, and it's part of a growing network of schools around Israel, in which Jewish and Arab students, kids, are learning together, are sharing ideas together, and in a pleasant and nurturing environment. The project is about a community garden, to initiate and to coordinate community garden, and definitely this is a result from the project, from the Bio-Xplore.
And what say your friends, your family, of your experience? Because every day there are a stereotype vision of the relation between Jewish people and Arab people. What they say, your family, your friends? They make questions, they have...
They're all support. They're
yes,
all very support. They're all... you have to understand that, like I told you yesterday, it's a bit of a struggle in the everyday, because we are constantly receiving negative messages from all different places. But when you have a core of supporting family and friends that support you in this pathway, so it's make the thing very, very easy to be part of it.
Yes. You have a child, no?
I have a child. I have a 10-month-old baby boy.
What is your hope?
What is?
What is your hope about him, about his future?
His hope, my hope about his future. Let's say I have another Arab friend of mine, Muhammad, which is also his son was born a few months ago. And my hope is that these two kids will grow together and will play together. And you know that 20 years from now, that they will not see the connection between them as something so special and something so unique. It will be simple and natural that two people from different religious and different background are friends.
Listen, Omri, you said that this experience, this project of ENI changed your life, your perspective. How changed the life and the perspective of the mind of your team of the Arab people? What's they saying about this job?
The Arab people in the new school?
In the new school and in your team.
Again,
you think that also their life were changing?
You're talking about
yes.
I want to mention in this point that, like I did my final project within the Bio-Xplore program, 3 other students completed their final project. Mahmoud and Ahmad Abu Ras, 2 brothers from Kalanswa, and Michel Nicolas from Nadarat. I also want to mention a female student named Hadil Ibrahim from Abu Ghosh, which also was a part of our team, and now she's continued to work in the laboratories in Hadassah College. So again, a lot of people, it was like a greenhouse for students. A lot of people gained many valuable tools from this project.
Thank you very much, Omri. I think that is one of the first time that I think in my life that Jewish and Arab people talk about each other in this way, because you know, it's not so easy, but it could be done. Thank you very much, Omri.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. Now you have a neighbor of Omri, neighbor because from Jerusalem to Amman are only 60 kilometers, no, more or less. If you have a car, we can go in an hour, no? We go crossing the Alberto Bridge, we go to the Dead Sea, and we arrive to Amman, no? And Ziad has a here home presentation because he's a researcher, he's an inventor. He invented something that I didn't very well what is, but I know what it means. But I think that it could be better, that it could be Ziad himself to show you what is his invention and how he's developing this invention in collaboration with France, because he had a very good and interesting experience in Aix-en-Provence, and now he's collaborating with France, with people in the Arab world, with people in Europe, United States, and so on. And they started from a far neighbor of Amman, no? Generally, people that go to Amman doesn't go in this place, but there is something of valuable everywhere. Thank you very much to Ziad to show what is invention. That is could be a real changing in also our daily life. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. First, let me express how I'm thankful to be here, and it's an honor to be among you. Good morning. My name is Ziad Ayyash from Jordan, and I'm here to share with you the story of my invention with KITE project. My journey started in 2014, where I had to compete with 400 Jordanian entrepreneurs in the first phase of KITE competition, which qualified me for 2 months of training in CUE, Aix-Marseille, France, where I had to learn how to pitch my idea, do market analysis, and business planning for my project and my future company. Moreover, the KITE project helped me to acquire the European IP protection for my invention as a design patent, and gave me the chance to build a 3D printed functional prototypes, which I used some of them in Aix-Marseille University of Medicine. But what is my invention? It's an intravenous access that has all the features of the conventional cannulas and the new safety ones with none of their disadvantages. And it's the only intravenous access in the world that exceeds the requirements for the new European law for sharp medical apparatus. Anyway, the journey continued after I came back home, where the coordinator of KITE in Jordan, Dr. Fahmi, arranged for me an animal trials in the Jordanian University of Science in Erbil, which has been documented as successful proof of concept for everything my invention stands for. Anyway,
Tell me, Ziad, but at this stage of your job, what is your evaluation of the ENI project? It was possible, for example, for you to reach this stage, because Ziad, I have to say, I'm joking, but became very rich. But it could be easy at the same way to make your research if you didn't have the ENI project.
Of course. To be honest with you, 2 months of training in Aix-en-Provence gave me the chance to achieve what I couldn't achieve of 5 years of working alone in Jordan. So believe me, it was a life chance that, alhamdulillah, I took.
Alhamdulillah. Thanks, brother.
Please let me thank my CEO, which I get him out of KITE projects, where in December 2015, I was honored to be the first Jordanian who ever wins a KITE competition. But the benefits of KITE project did not stop there, where the skills that I have learned guided me through to find 2 business angels in Jordan and supporting me for establishing my own startup. And today, I'm the technical manager of my own company. With a plan, thank you. With a plan to manufacture 10,000 units of my invention in a US factory and run it for the US FDA, so be ready for licensing for any big country in the world. And it's not just that. The benefit kept on going, where I met my CEO, which one of my business angels, by the way, and he's here with us. And he's not just any CEO. He's Mr. Bashar Sweme, who used to be 5 years ago the regional director for Johnson & Johnson for MENA and Middle East. So please let me thank him for being here and support me.
Thank you very much.
And thank KITE program and the ENPI CBC Med programs that give me a very big step closer to my dream. So thank you all.
Listen, Ziad, but yesterday you told me also something more that is important from the side of the research, but and to develop your invention, but there is something more important, perhaps, from the moral side, because you told me something about your family when you were to begin your research and so on. It was difficult to understand if you're successful or not.
For me, I have a big brother who's 50 years old, who's literally German. So he taught me so many lessons through my life. One of them, the more that you succeed, the less titles you need. And the more that I will succeed, or as much as I will succeed, I will fail in life. So never give up. Always go on. And he always tried to give me what is best between the European mentality and what is best from my own culture as Arabian to be proud of on, to carry on in my life, as inshallah to be a successful man someday in my life.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ziad. There is a way to rise and to grow, and probably the best way is to have not only one side, only one culture, but to have more culture, where to pick the best, no? And the useful for us and for the people that is around us. But now there is another testimonial, another friend, because in a different field, very different field, because you know, we have some scientific research, technological invention, but we have also to deal with our tradition, with our land, with other territories. And because the first thing that we have to do in our life is to grow, and we grow in a special atmosphere that is our atmosphere from the origin. And Greece has a long and strong tradition. One of these is food. And of the food, everybody knows what is the cheese, the Greek cheese, and feta. I think that there is nobody here that doesn't know what is feta. Me too. In Rome, when I'm in Italy, I take feta. I make a salad, something with the Greek cheese and so on. We use in the kitchen, and also now is also an attention for the most important Italian chef, because we come back to the origin. But what is this origin? This origin is that we have a land that in the past decades was left behind. What was our problem in the Mediterranean? We have to exploit all our resources, but, for example, in the past, many people left behind the rural areas to immigrate to the urban town and so on. Now we have crowded towns and dishabitated lands. It's a problem of Greece, it's a problem of Italy, it's a problem of all the Mediterranean area. So, in some way, this is a very important task for our future, to come back to exploit our land in the right way, not to exploit to be poor and poor, like in the past, but to exploit to have a better life. In some sense, Dimitri is a man that made something very good for us because his feta is one of the best. But it's not only this, it's a real experience. And I would like that Dimitri, that speaks Greek, could tell us his experience, how began with an ENI project, this job and this new and old tradition of feta cheese.
Καλημέρα σας. Είμαι ο Δημήτρης ο Κίσας. Η καταγωγή μου είναι από τη Θεσσαλία και συγκεκριμένα από την Καρδίτσα. Ασχοληθήκαμε με το πρόγραμμα το LACTIMED, που ήταν η σύνδεση των γαλακτοκομικών περιοχών της Θεσσαλίας. Με βάση αυτό το πρόγραμμα, εμείς κάναμε ένα όνειρό μας πραγματικότητα. Όπως συνήθως και εσείς ξέρετε, ότι τα τυροκομικά προϊόντα, τα καλής ποιότητας, παράγονται από τις μικρότερες επιχειρήσεις παρά από τις μεγάλες βιομηχανίες. Αυτό όλοι το ξέρουμε, αλλά το θέμα ήταν ότι ποτέ δεν μπορούσε να γίνει γνωστό. Πέρα από τις περιοχές που είμαστε εκεί. Με βάση το πρόγραμμα του LACTIMED, κάναμε μια συνένωση 7 μικρών παραδοσιακών τυροκομείων, 3 συνεταιρισμών κτηνοτρόφων και αποφασίσαμε να συνδέσουμε την ποιότητά μας, την παράδοσή μας και την ποιότητα με σύγχρονους μεθόδους για τον έξω κόσμο από εμάς. Με βάση αυτό δημιουργήσαμε ένα συμβούλιο που υπογράψαμε μία χάρτα με όλους τους φορείς της περιοχής μας, με τους δήμους, τις περιφέρειες κλπ. Επίσης, φτιάξαμε μία συμβουλευτική υπηρεσία που λέγεται Terra Thessalia, LACTIS. Η Terra Thessalia στεγάζει όλους τους φορείς που ασχολούνται για την προώθηση αυτών των ιδεών μας. Και επίσης φτιάξαμε και Trade Lactis, η οποία έχει ως σκοπό αυτό το υπέροχο προϊόν που φτιάχνουμε με κάποιες ειδικές προδιαγραφές και ειδικές διαδικασίες να το πάει στην αγορά, την ελληνική και εκτός της Ελλάδος. Η εμπειρία μας ήταν ότι πλέον μπορούμε να κάνουμε πράγματα με άλλους ανθρώπους. Είτε είναι στην Ελλάδα, είτε είναι εκτός Ελλάδας. Πέρα από αυτό που είναι έτοιμο σχεδόν να βγει στα ράφια των σούπερ μάρκετ το προϊόν, το όλο πρόγραμμα μας βοήθησε να επισκεφτούμε πάρα πολλές χώρες στη Μεσόγειο, όπως το Λίβανο, την Αίγυπτο, την Τινησία και άλλες, με τις οποίες έχουμε κάνει και εμπορικές συναλλαγές και έχουμε δημιουργήσει και βάσεις να ξεκινήσουν κάποιες εταιρείες συμπαραγωγής γαλακτοκομικών προϊόντων. Ένα παράδειγμα σας αναφέρω ότι αυτή τη στιγμή μία εταιρεία από την περιοχή μας θα κάνει μία εταιρεία συσκευασίας, προώθησης και συμπαραγωγής τυροκομικών προϊόντων στην Αίγυπτο. Τα προϊόντα που θα παράγονται στην Αίγυπτο θα έχουν ως στόχο την αγορά, την ανατολική αγορά, τις χώρες της Μέσης Ανατολής. Αυτά έχω να πω. Δεν ξέρω αν θέλω να με ρωτήσετε κάτι.
Listen, Dimitri, how many people live in your village, more or less?
Είναι 3.000 κάτοικοι.
3,000 people. But now you are exporting your product in Egypt, in France, in Italy, in Lebanon, in 4 Mediterranean countries, right? Yeah. And there are many other projects I know. Yesterday, talking with with Dimitri, I learned a new word that is valak. Valak is a transmigration of the cattle from a side to another side. It's a real ancient agriculture practical that we make also in Italy, everywhere. I have to remember to you that ENI is linked to Sardinia, that is a distinguished Italian region for the ride of the cattle and the sheep and so on. But when we were young, we were used to see the transmigration of the cattle and the animals in our country. But Valak here is very interesting because in this LACTIMED project, there are involved many people that make different jobs. There are the people that made cheese, the people that made forage, the people that made some cooperatives. You can tell us how many people are involved now from this project starting in a little village?
Συμμετέχουν πάνω από 150 άνθρωποι, το οποίο είναι μόνο στο δικό μου το χωριό. Να φανταστείτε ότι οι περιοχές που έχουμε είναι 4. Μόνο στη δικιά μου περιοχή είναι 150 άνθρωποι. Εμείς έχουμε τους μετακινούμενους κτηνοτρόφους, οι οποίοι αναγκάζονται να πηγαίνουν το καλοκαίρι τα ζώα τους για βοσκή στον ορεινό όγκο. Ενώ το χειμώνα τα μετακινούν πάλι προς τις πιο πηδινές περιοχές που είναι πιο καλό το κλίμα. Αυτοί οι κτηνοτρόφοι, λόγω της κρίσης και έχουν ένα σοβαρό πρόβλημα. Τα εισοδήματά τους είναι πολύ χαμηλά. Πέρα από τις ευρωπαϊκές επιδοτήσεις που δίνονται, δεν επαρκούν για να ζήσουν. Εμείς με το LACTIMED και με τα προϊόντα που φτιάχνουμε τα Terra Thessalia, από την υπεραξία των προϊόντων που λαμβάνει αυτή η εταιρεία, το 1/3 της αξίας των κερδών θα πηγαίνει προς τους κτηνοτρόφους αυτούς. Εν ολίγης, δεν φτιάξαμε μόνο ένα τυρί με κάποιες ειδικές προδιαγραφές που θα το στέλνουμε, που είναι πάρα πολύ ωραίο, είναι πιο γευστικό, θα έχει καλύτερη τιμή, υπεραξία. Αλλά την υπεραξία αυτή γυρνάει πίσω μέχρι και τον τελευταίο παραγωγό. Ο σκοπός δηλαδή δεν έγινε για να κερδίσουμε κάποιοι μεταποιητές περισσότερα χρήματα. Ο σκοπός της δημιουργίας όλου αυτού του πράγματος ήταν να δημιουργήσουμε υπεραξία που θα πηγαίνει πίσω στον κτηνοτρόφο. Ο σκοπός μας ήταν να διατηρήσουμε την παράδοσή μας και να διατηρήσουμε τους ανθρώπους αυτούς στις θέσεις που είναι. Γιατί αν τους αφήναμε χωρίς χρήματα, χωρίς εισοδήματα, ώστε να συνεχίσουν να κάνουν αυτό που κάνουν, θα μετακινούνταν και αυτοί στις πόλεις, στις μεγάλες πόλεις και θα έκαναν κάποιες άλλες δουλειές. Με συνέπεια, όλο αυτό το ωραίο τυρί, όλη αυτή η ωραία γεύση, που θα μπορείτε να τη βρείτε και σε κάποιο κατάστημα της Νέας Υόρκης, δεν θα υπήρχε. Άρα, σκοπός μας είναι να διατηρήσουμε αυτές τις θέσεις εκεί πέρα όπως ήταν και να παραμείνουν να είναι.
So, the experience of Dimitris LACTIMED in this project of ENI, we can find many qualifying points: tradition, quality, cooperation, and at the end also solidarity. Solidarity that is very, very important. And at the end, what we have to say about the fate of Dimitri? That we are waiting to taste it. Thank you very much. So, this is like to make a trip around a part of the Mediterranean, but also of other part of Europe, because we learned that there is more cooperation than you can imagine between different parts of the Mediterranean. For example, Dimitri told us that he is going to make a business in Egypt. Ziad is like an international an international businessman at this point in three continents. But at the same time, is a trip in the heart of the life, no? Because there are very interesting things. Today, I was talking with Needa about his experience. And in a place that I know very well, that is West Bank. I made a lot of trips in my life in Gaza, West Bank, during the last 25, 30 years. And I know very well what's happening, how are the difficulties, and so on. But today, with Needa, I discovered also a wonderful word, the word of the bee. I would like that you can tell us how you began to this job, because at the beginning you was in Fur, in Angela.
Yes. Hi everyone, I am Needa Salama. I am a Palestinian woman. I came from Ramallah, from Kafr Malik. I am a beekeeper. I have a project of beekeeping. I involved in this project through the Palestinian Agriculture Development Organization. We are a group of 6 women, actually. We work together as a team. We started with the bees. We haven't any idea about beekeeping at first. It was a big challenge to us to work with bees. Before we were afraid of bees. But right now, they are our family. The bees are our family. Many people in our country bet on our failure because we were the first woman to work with bees in our village. Beekeeping was limited to men over there. But with our hard work, we succeeded. Thank God.
One moment, Needa. I saw before that Alex make some design about you and your activity. I would like, if it's possible, to show the graphic. Needa. What's happening in here when you go to take the boxes? Because you told me a very nice stories. Because
Yes,
I think when you take the boxes to move.
Okay. In winter, we have to remove the hives to a warmer place. So we should transfer the hives from Kafr Malik to Jericho. And this needs a lot of effort, and we need a car to transfer, or a truck to transfer these hives. Also, we have to transfer these hives during night, and it is unusual for women in our community to transfer during night. But we did that, and we succeeded, and our family is supporting us with this job. Yes.
How many women are working now in your project?
We are 6 women.
6 women and 6 families, no?
Yes.
And all the people help, not you told me, this job. Also the other.
Yes. Our family is supporting us. They participate sometimes with us. They helping us. One member in our group, her husband also is a beekeeper. He came to our hives. He looked at the hives. He advises us sometimes, yes. My husband also supporting me. He sometimes helped me to transfer to the field where I have my hives. Yes, our family is helping us.
How changed your life this project? Because I know that you have some children, you have 5 children,
Yeah,
and 3 of them you supported to study abroad, no?
Yes, I have 5 children. They are all at universities. This project helped me in supporting them in their studies, in paying for the university premiums. also to teach them. I learned to depend on myself in this project. So I'm teaching them how to depend on themselves, to go through life, how to deal with the difficulties in life. We have many difficulties over there. You know, when we travel, we transfer the hives from our village to Jericho. We face checkpoints, the Israeli checkpoints on the road. Sometimes they tell us to go back. Sometimes they let us stay for several hours, and after that they will let us to pass, or sometimes they let us go back. So there are difficulties. Also, our hives in a field, it's close to a military camp, and there is a conflict point over there. There is a touch between the soldiers and the youth of the village. They were shooting. It's something. It is dangerous over there to work, and sometimes they came to visit us themselves, the soldiers, to look at what we are doing, to check what we are doing. Yes.
Listen, Needa, but how the other women in your village see your project? Also is an example in some way, you know, for the other women of your area in your village.
The other women in our village, when they saw that we succeeded in this project, they asked for such a project. They told me, we need these projects. We want to participate in this project. The women over there, they have a lot of energy. They have a lot of skills, but they need support. They need money to start their own projects. To start a project, it needs a lot of money. So I hope you will continue supporting us in these such projects.
I coming back to your job. You told me that it's very difficult to distinguish between a male and female.
Yes, I told you at the beginning we didn't know anything about bees, but right now we couldn't at first distinguish between the male, the female, or the queen. But right now we can distinguish between the male and the female, and also we were very happy to see the queen. The queen, when you saw it, you full of energy. It gives you energy. It inspires you. You could learn from these insects. It's not just an insect. It's a whole world over there. It's a kingdom. You could learn from it in your life.
Thank you very much, Needa. So we hope also one day to learn how to distinguish a queen. But thank you very much.
I would thank you all for listening to me. I would thank the European Union, the ENPI, the CBC Med. I would like to thank Kirsten for her help, for her support, and thank you all for listening to me.
Thank you very much. So we have at the end of the first session of our testimonial, and I would like to say that for a little bit we forget, we understood some problems and so on, but for a little bit we could understand that there is also some positive messages from some troubled area of the Middle East, because the people is the people. The people want to live. The people want to survive. And is strong enough in the Middle East and the Mediterranean to survive. We learned this lesson, and we are able to apply also. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. Come with the